Hello and welcome to the video. Today we're going to be doing my September wrap-up. I read 13 books in September, which is kind of crazy. Didn't really mean to do that because I'm running out of space with my reading journal. But that'll be next week's video, and I think I found a solution, so we shall see. So I have my stack of books here, and we're going to go through them. And then there are some that I listen to that I don't have on my physical TBR, and guess what? I read a book physically. It was a graphic novel though, so it still counts. Anyway, so the first book I read was Glow by Raven Kennedy, right? I think so. And that was the fourth book in the Plated Prisoner series, I believe. Right? Yes, I think so. And I think I liked that one. That was at the beginning of the month. That was 12 books ago. I'm also in the middle of a book right now. It's just progressing of the story. I feel like oh, yeah, I got annoyed because of some things that happened in that one. And, I don't want to say too much just because it is the fourth book. So, but pretty much the series is about a girl who is all gold. And it's like King Midas retelling. And so she's pretty much like a prisoner to King Midas. And yeah, she's not treated very well. She's what's called a saddle. She's the royal saddle, the favored. And that's all I'm really going to say. Because it's pretty good. I wouldn't say it's amazing, but I really like it. And I got 2 more to go. I'm a little nervous, but I'm really enjoying it. And it's really fun. I like the whole King Midas retelling. I would say it's like a 4-star series right now for me, at least. 4.5, I think. Yeah, so continued on that series, got to that one. And then I read Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. I wanted to get this done when it was a little bit closer to the summer, so that's why I read this at the beginning of the month. And this was the last book I needed to read of hers, and then I am all caught up. So this one, let me remember. Oh yeah, this one was kind of, I'm not too sure about this one, because this is like very insta-love, but then nothing happens for like 10 years kind of thing. Because like they only spend like 24 hours together and like plan to meet up, but then they don't. And yeah, I think this is maybe my least favorite one. It also deals with the death of a parent, which was kind of tough to read, but I still enjoyed it. I think I give this one like a 3.5 or something like that. But yeah, and now I'm all caught up, and she's already released that she has another one coming out next May. Although, of course, it's going to be in hardback, and I have all the paperbacks of her other books, so I'm going to have to wait for the 2 years to get the physical copy because I want all the paperbacks. The struggle. And then read Enchantra. I believe I read this in a vlog, a continuing series I'm in the middle of. I really like this one. I liked Phantasma more, but this one's fun. This is following the sister, and she is trying to find like other relatives, I believe. Yeah, so she has like questions that she needs answered. So she tries to go to Enchantra to like ask, I guess, her mom's friend questions. But she ends up getting roped into the family that lives in Enchantra. They're called like the Silver family. The last name's Silver. So she gets roped into having to play the Zedley game designed by the devil, and they're all, I think, wraiths. So they're half demon, half another creature. Actually, I think it's at the beginning here. Classifications of wraiths. Offspring of a demon and another paranormal being. Sorry, yeah. So, yeah, this one was really fun. Again, I liked the first one more, but this one was really good too, and I really enjoyed it. I had a blast. Actually, I did have a DNF for September. I tried to read main characters, which was on my TBR. I think I got 35% into it, and I was bored. I'm pretty sure it's lit fic, like literal fiction, and I'm not usually a big fan of that. And the format of the book, like it would swap perspectives like throughout the same chapter. It wasn't like each chapter was in a different perspective, so it was a little bit confusing. And I just didn't care. I found it a little bit boring, and I didn't care about the story. I didn't care about the characters. They were pissing me off. And so I started reading this one. And I was just like, yeah, this is way more entertaining than that was. So I did enjoy this one. I think I gave this one a 4 out of 5 stars. Love it. And apparently, like, I thought there was only going to be 2 books, but there's going to be a third one. So I'm excited about that. And I'm excited to see who it's about because there's a lot of options. But really good. Loved this. This one would be really good for this one, for October as well, because of the vibes. Also, it takes place in Italy. Very neat. But yeah, if you want more detailed thoughts, I do have a vlog where I read that one. And then Redeemed. I read this book in that vlog as well. So I read Redeemed, which is also the last book in the Dirty Air series by Lauren Asher. Enchantra is by Kaylee Smith. And so this one was really, I loved this one. This one was a 5-star for me. And it was so sweet, so romantic, and like both characters are romantic and do such sweet things for each other, and I loved it. It was so cute, and it's just a lot of getting over. Like our main character Santiago, he in the prologue, he is an F1 racer, and he gets into a really bad crash that causes him to lose the lower half of his right leg, and so he is pretty much. And then I believe the book starts off like 3 years later, if I'm not mistaken. 3 years ago, yeah. So 3 years later, he's kind of just down on his luck. He thinks he's worthless now and he can't do anything, and he's just moping around. And then our main girl, oh crap, what's her name? Chloe. Chloe is pretty much, she's had a tough childhood. Like her mom's horrible, horrible, horrible person. And she is trying to find her father. And this also takes place in Italy as well. Crazy. So she ends up going to Italy to find her father because an ancestry test connected her to a guy who lives in Italy. And pretty much she's trying to break into his house, but it ends up being Santiago's house. And it proceeds from there. So really sweet. Loved this. Loved the whole series actually. And this one was my favorite. And yeah. Love it. I even tapped it a little bit. But yeah. Then I read the second book in the Web of Silence duet, I believe it's called. Little Liar. I can't remember. Lee Rivers, I believe is who wrote it. So good. The audiobook is amazing. I would highly recommend doing the audiobook for those two. It is also very twisted. The first half of the book as well, I believe the first 12 chapters or something, it's pretty much the first book but in Malachi's perspective, whereas I believe in Little Stranger, the first half, like the part 1, is in Olivia's perspective. So this is kind of swapped. So we have pretty much everything that happened in the part 1 of the first book in Malachi's perspective of this, and then the second part is kind of like continuing on from the end of the last book. And it's pretty nuts. Like, it's crazy. Again, another mom that is horrible, horrible, horrible person. Hate her. It seemed to go pretty quickly from, like, especially because it's only, like, half of the book that we get, like, the progression. And so it went very quick, very fast-paced, and yeah, it was nuts. You still get the very crazy kinks and, like, all the, like, crazy stuff that happens, but I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was very interesting. I couldn't believe what I was reading sometimes, but I didn't hate it. I kept having to remind myself that they're not actually siblings, that they're foster siblings, but yeah. Read the trigger warnings for sure though. And what else? Oh yeah, and through this one they kind of like sprinkled in like reveals of things that you had questions of, but just so nonchalantly. It was, because I would, like, listen to it. I was like, oh, that's what happened. Wait, what? Like, hold on a minute. We're just gonna, like, slide by that real quick there. Like, it was kind of funny, but enjoyed it as well. And then I read Fearful by Lauren Roberts. This is the novella following the Powerless series, and I enjoyed this one too, but I do feel like Powerful, the first novella, was better. I enjoyed this one as well, and we follow 4 characters, kind of. So we have Kit, and then we also are kind of like on the side, we're following Blair, I think Liam? Oh, I can't remember his name. What is your name? Liam? I don't know, one of the guards. So you kind of get a little insight of what's going on, and this is kind of what's going on with these characters during Fearless. Yeah, Fearless. And also one of the characters is in here, her name is Mara, and she's like the personification of death. She was probably my favorite character, and oh my god, the ending. Like, literally jaw drop, and I was like, oh, wait. Yeah, so this one was really good as well. Probably my least favorite. Like, this is probably on the same level of Reckless, because like Reckless and this one were like, they were good, but not my favorite. Whereas like Powerless, Powerful, and Fearless were my favorites. Fearless being my top favorite. Highly recommend the series. Love it. So good. And then I actually read Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I kept hearing everybody like saying it made them cry. Yeah, I will attest to that. It did also make me cry. Again, this is a little, like, it's love story, but it's also a little bit literal science, like literal fiction. And I always had to remember that it was taking place, I think, in the 1960s, 1980s. Yeah, 1980s, because it's like 1983 and something like that. But it was really good. I'm not obsessed with it. Like, I didn't love it. Like, it's not 5-star for me. Like some of her other books, but I really enjoyed it. And if you want to cry, definitely read it. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I don't want to give too much away because it was really good. It's all about space and like our 2 main characters, Joan. Also, Joan's sister, horrible. What is with those few books where one of the women family members is a horrible person? Like, there's 2 horrible mothers, right? Yeah, 2 horrible mothers, and then now this one, the sister was, oh my gosh, couldn't stand her. Yeah, but it was really sweet, and I really enjoyed it. I think I gave it like a 4-star. It was good. And then I read Twisted Love by Anna Huang. Anna Wang? I still don't know how to say her last name. Apologies in advance. But I read that one because I saw my sister read it. And that one was cute as well. I'm trying to remember what it's about. Oh yeah. It's so, like, the cover is very, like, cutesy. And then on the inside of the pages is very, like, dark. And like, both of our characters are, like, she goes through a lot. And she has nightmares. And then our main guy, which I am blanking on his name right now, but he, like, doesn't want to, like, he's a player, doesn't want to be in a relationship, and he likes, like, hard, rough, intimate time. And, you know, so he always, like, it's very specific. So, like, once you start, like, wanting kisses and stuff, he, like, ends things. But he kind of starts getting into, like, a friendship with our main, oh, what is her name? Ava. I believe her name's Ava. I can't remember the guy's name still. Alex? Alex. I think it's Alex. Alex Volkov. Volkov? Everybody who loves these, because I've always heard of, like, one of the reasons why I wanted to read this as well was because people have been talking about Alex Volkov so much. So people are going to come for me because I couldn't remember his name. Please don't. But yeah, it's kind of like if you are not a dark romance girl and like it scares you, and you're very, very much like a fluffy romance, and you love a happily ever after and whatnot, and like you love like cutesy stuff, this could be a good little like just like the tip of your toe to dip into dark romance, because there's some dark topics in it and like dark things that happen, but it's like also very cutesy and lovely, and she's very like Ava's very sunshine and happy. But I liked it. It was good. Okay, so the next one I read is the second book in the series, and it's That Time I Got That Time I Got Drunk and Needed a Love Potion at a Werewolf. And I read That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon last year, I think. And I just recently got around to reading this one. I forgot how much fun these are. When I was reading this, I was having a blast. It was so goofy and so fun and spicy and wonderful. Loved it. It's so fun. I do kind of like the old artwork of the original covers that they had, but these are the new covers, so. Oh look, there's a map. But Legends D. Mythiglin. Oh, I didn't know that's what it was called. I need to change that. Volsov? Wait, yeah. Mythiglin? Whatever that says. Anyway, I need to change that on my thing because I thought it wasn't mentioned. But yeah, this one was so fun. It's a good time. It does not take itself seriously, but there are some things. It's like monster romance-ish because he's a werewolf, and yeah. But it's fun. I love it. They're so much fun. I can't wait to read the third one. I think that one's The Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Human, so I'm intrigued to see what that one is. But yeah, if you don't mind a monster romance, because there's tentacles. I'm gonna just put that out there. There are tentacles in one of the chapters, which was entertaining. I'll say that. But yeah, loved it. I love this series so much. Can't wait to read the next one. I can't wait to read her other books. I just had so much fun reading this. It was a blast. And then, I also read, so this is the one I actually read with my eyeballs because it's a graphic novel, and I also got it from my library, and it was Lore Olympus. Because I kept seeing this everywhere, and people talking about it, and the art style is really cute. And, yeah. This one was, I feel like it's because it's the first book of, like, very, very many. I feel like not too much really happened in this. It's kind of more of, like, an introduction to the characters. So I'm intrigued to see the second volume. Yeah, because this is volume 1. Because, yeah, not too much happens, and I have questions still. So I think I need to continue and see what goes on. But, yeah. But I enjoyed it. But I feel like, again, yeah, it was like, I'm not itching to get the next one, if that makes sense, just because not too much really happened in this one. But the art style is beautiful. I love the whole, okay, well, let's see. No, because it's all like, because it's Hades and Persephone, and, you know, they're in Olympus, like, so it's all like pink and blue. Those are two of my favorite colors, along with green. Like, green's one of my favorite colors. But, yeah. Oh my gosh, she's like petting the dog. Anyway, yeah, this one was cute. This is like a 3-star for me, just because, again, I feel like the next ones will probably have more things happening, so I can give a better rating on them. But I feel like it's also kind of hard to. So this is kind of like my evening read before bed for like 4 days or something. Okay, and then I read these 3 at the end of the month. So I read How Does It Feel? What Did You Do? And Where Did You Go? By Janine O'Reilly, because I wanted to reread these 3 before I got to the 4th book, which I'm currently in the middle of. And yeah, Rereading the first one was kind of interesting because of the ending, and if you've read these, you will know rereading it is just like mind-boggling, and like I had no idea when I first read this. I kind of wish I could reread this for the first time just for that ending again and being astonished. I feel like this one was so good. I think originally when I first read this was like a 4.5 for me. It was so good. Upon second reading these and then also binging them, like they're good still, but they're, I don't know. I feel like the characters, because in the beginning, like in the first book, Mendax, like it's supposed to be like, it's like more of like a dark fantasy, like fae fantasy, and in the first one, you definitely get that, and like Mendax is like, you know, very dark. He does dark things happen and whatnot, and I feel like in this one okay, for me personally, I feel like in these two, he gets a little soft, just a little bit. And especially like in this one, like at the end, he gets a little soft, which I don't think is very true to his character. But I mean, like, I'm not the author, so I don't know what her thought process is, and I haven't finished the last book yet. Like, I think I'm like maybe 20% into it, but and it's a very entertaining series, and they're pretty quick. They're pretty small, so yeah, I think I got 11% into the fourth book yesterday, and I got to the first 3 chapters are in Ellie's perspective, and I got to Callie's perspective, chapter 4. I almost DNF'd it from that chapter. If you've read it, you might know why, but because anyway, I won't get into that too much because I haven't read it yet, so I'm gonna save that for October. Ooh, yeah, that's annoying, but I was trying to finish that so that I can include it in this video, but it just didn't happen. Yeah, this is a fun series. It's very popular. I feel like the first book is the best, and then it kind of goes downhill from there. But like these two are fine. Like these probably could have been one book. Not gonna lie. Like, wait, am I doing this in the right order? Hold on. Yeah, honestly, like I feel like it could have been like a duology as of right now, and yeah, I feel like I'm not loving it as much as other people are, but the first book is amazing. I love the first book. But then like they each end on like a cliffhanger, so you kind of like need to know what happens next. Yeah. So that's all I'm really gonna say about that. Sorry for the opinion cliffhanger for the last one. I am still continuing it though, so maybe my perspective will change. So we shall see. I can't not finish the fourth book if I've read the first 3. Like, well, we'll see. I don't know. Like I'm liking. I mean, I'm not hating it, but it's just I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying, honestly. That's not what this video is about anyway. It's about the books I've already read, not the books I'm currently reading. So I'm gonna stop talking about that. But those are all the books I read. And I physically read one, which is the graphic novel, which I'm pretty proud of. But yeah. So those are all the ones I read. Let me know what you read in September. Maybe what your favorite book is. I would like some new ideas. Because that would be fun. And then I will see you in the next one for my reading journal update, which is going to be next week. You can see what I was doing to adjust so that I can hopefully fit all the rest of the year into my second reading journal. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.